feel like you're falling behind, right? Everyone else seems to have it figured out. But here's the truth. You're comparing your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 10. They didn't wake up finished. They built brick by brick, just like you're about to. Your timeline isn't late, it's just uniquely yours. First step to breaking free is this. Stop watching someone else's highlight reel. Social media shows the finished structure, not the scattered bricks, failed attempts, and late nights. When you see only their wins, you'll always feel like you're losing. Turn off the notifications. Build instead. Here's something they don't tell you. Comparison is a thief. It steals your joy, your confidence, and your ability to see how far you've already come. Every brick you've placed matters. Every small win deserves celebration, not minimization because someone else progressed faster. Remember, don't you? There was a time when you built just for the joy of building. No pressure, no timeline, just you and the bricks creating something that made you smile. That version of you is still inside. Let's wake them up. Success doesn't have an expiration date. You're not too old, not too late, not too far behind. The person who starts at 30 builds just as beautifully as the person who started at 20. The only difference? They started. You can too, whenever you're ready. Your messy, unfinished, still in progress life is not a failure. It's exactly where you need to be right now. The masterpieces you admire weren't built in a day. They were built through persistence, mistakes, restarts, and the refusal to quit. You've got all of that in you too. What if you're behind is actually your advantage? You get to learn from others' mistakes. You get to build slower, more thoughtfully, more intentionally. There's wisdom in waiting. There's strength in taking your time. Don't rush your masterpiece. Today, you make a choice. You can keep scrolling and comparing, or you can start building. Just one brick, one small action toward your own vision. That one brick matters more than 1,000 scrolls. Which are you choosing? You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need to wait until you have it all figured out. Every expert started as a beginner who refused to stay still. Start with what you have right now in this moment. Progress isn't always visible. Sometimes your win is just showing up. Sometimes it's continuing when you want to quit. Sometimes it's trying a different approach after failing. These invisible victories, they're the foundation of everything. Honor them. Your story doesn't have to look like theirs. The Instagram couple, the promoted coworker, the friend with the business, their success doesn't steal yours. In fact, your different path makes your success even more meaningful because it's authentically, uniquely yours. When you stop pretending to be someone else, something magical happens. You find your people, the ones building unconventional lives, the ones taking their own pace, the ones who get it. Stop waiting to be perfect. Your real community is waiting for the real you. You're allowed to take detours. You're allowed to change directions. You're allowed to rebuild from scratch. The most interesting structures are the ones that evolved, that adapted, that weren't rigidly planned. Your pivot isn't a setback. It's part of your masterpiece. Every single day you're adding something. Maybe it's a skill, maybe it's experience, maybe it's just the wisdom of knowing yourself better. Small, consistent actions compound. Your future self will thank you for what you're building today. Even if today feels small, comparison will always be there. Social media will always exist, but you get to decide whether you look or you build. Some days you'll struggle. Some days you'll peek at others' progress and feel discouraged. That's human. The key? You return to building anyway. You're not behind on a universal timeline. You're exactly where you need to be for the unique path you're building. Trust your pace. Trust your instincts. Trust that your story matters, even if it doesn't match someone else's. What you're building matters. Not because it's perfect or finished or impressive to others. It matters because it's yours. Your creation, your timeline, your effort. These things have inherent value just because you're doing them with intention and heart. Stop measuring yourself against someone else's finish line. Create your own. Maybe your goal isn't what theirs was. Maybe success for you looks completely different. And that's not less than, that's more authentic. Design the life that makes you smile, not the one that impresses others. You're learning lessons they wish they knew. You're building resilience they had to earn through failure. You're developing the patience that comes from doing things at your own pace. These aren't disadvantages, they're superpowers. Give yourself credit for trying, for showing up, for not giving up even when it felt pointless. These invisible efforts are the real wins. Celebrate them, journal them, tell someone. Your perseverance deserves acknowledgement, not dismissal. You don't need to earn the right to rest. You don't need to hit a milestone before you're allowed to feel good about yourself. You're worthy right now, with your messy, unfinished, beautifully imperfect life. Permission granted. Gatekeepers of success are lying. There's no one right way, no one right timeline, no one right definition. Your success is whatever makes you feel proud, fulfilled, and authentically you. That's it. That's the only measure that matters. Your unfinished projects aren't failures. They're your current address. You're still building, still learning, still growing. That's not a bad thing. That's called being alive. Embrace where you are while reaching toward where you want to go. Write a new story in your mind, one where your timeline is perfect because it's yours, one where slow is strong, one where different is beautiful. Your brain believes the stories you tell it. Tell yourself one that empowers you, not one that diminishes you. You're building something no one else can build exactly like you. Your unique combination of experiences, perspectives, and choices creates something irreplaceable. Stop trying to match their blueprint. Finish yours. Your worth isn't determined by where you are on someone else's timeline. It's determined by who you're becoming and what you're building. And based on the effort you're putting in, the person you're becoming is pretty incredible. The most successful people, they stopped comparing and started building. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They started with what they had. You have everything you need to begin. The blocks are in your hands. What are you waiting for? Your late start might actually be your perfect start. With experience, wisdom, and a clearer vision of what you actually want. Don't see it as behind, see it as prepared. Your timing might be exactly right. End the comparison spiral today. Make a choice. You're either scrolling or building. You're either comparing or creating. You're either stuck in their story or authoring your own. What's it going to be? You're not behind. You're building something different, and that's exactly what makes it yours. Every masterpiece starts with one block. Every achievement started with someone deciding to begin. Today could be your day. Make it count.